Hey, Bill here with Chacote Outdoor Recreation. You know, I get a lot of my subscribers and they ask me, hey Bill, when you're out scouting, when you're out hunting, what do you have in your pack? You know, what are some typical things you take with me? It's a complex answer because what you have in your pack is as personal as your weapon. The weather dictates what you have in your pack, what you're doing, the type of terrain, type of animals there. There's a lot of variables to what you have in your pack, but there are some consistencies. There are some things that I never go out anywhere unless I have those things in my pack. So there's a staple, there's a core there, and that's added too. You know, today I don't have a sleeping bag with me, I don't have a sleeping mat, I don't have a hammock, I don't have any of those things because I'm just out on a light scout and hunt. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you what's in my pack. These are some of the core staples, but they're not all inclusive. So stick with me, this ought to get pretty interesting. Okay, so let's open up the pack, take a quick gander at what's inside, okay? All right, we'll get this thing opened up and just take a basic look. First thing I keep on top, this is my cook kit, and I like this because I can boil water in it and I can cook at the same time. It's a three-part dealie. You have a cup, a cooking pot, and of course a 1 cup measuring thing for those mountain houses that I like to bring with me. So that little cook set has served me very well over the years. And if something works, I guess I'm kind of old-fashioned. If it works, I stick with it. I don't need nothing new. So cook pot would be the first thing. Then of course I always keep a fire kit with me, and I'm always collecting things. If I see something that's combustible in some way, I'll put that in my fire kit. And I have my ferro rod in there from Mountain Man 1478, best ferro rod ever made. I have some cordage that I carry with me. I'll have, of course, 3 tent stakes, and these are metal. They're not the ABS plastic. Why? Because if I have to put this into wood or a tree, I know that I can. So 3 tent stakes. And then I always carry with me on here, I'll have a skinner knife and a caper, and that lets me get most of my gutting and skinning needs out of the way. And I always carry 1 knee pad with me in case I have to kneel down. If you're old and your knees start to hurt you, having one of these knee pads really make a big difference. And of course an emergency bandage. This is an all-purpose emergency bandage if I'm really badly wounded. You never know. And here's a key thing right here, is you want to have stuff when you're gutting and producing your game. I always carry rubber gloves with me. I always carry a plastic bag for holding my game. All right, I have some Gorilla tape, 100-mile-an-hour tape, what they call private tape. You can always find a use for that. And then in here, this is a tobacco tin, and in it I have my back tracker to ensure that I'll never get lost. You know, GPS does work, folks, and you can't go wrong with that investment. Then in here I have a mini kit, and you say, why do you have 2 bags? Why do you have the big bag and this little bag? Well, if I have to drop my pack or do something, if I'm on a heavy scout or heavy hunt, I can just take this with me and kind of reduce my weight. Or if I get injured and can no longer carry my pack, I have my essentials in here. And so what are some typical things you see in here? Of course, an orange hunter safety vest. In here I have my headlamp so that I can see in the dark, and a headlamp really beats out a flashlight. Have some work gloves, you're definitely going to need those. Some small binoculars, can't go wrong with that. A wool hat, wool socks, and some gloves, a first aid kit. Of course, the standard Chacote Outdoor Recreation first survival kit. Some identity stuff. I carry a Sawyer extractor kit with me in case I get scorpion bit or snake bite. Can't go wrong there. And that's pretty much the contents of my bag. And you know, as you develop your bag, you're gonna, you know, weight is everything. And so you know, the more you carry, the more it's gonna hurt. But there are some things that are essential that you have to have with you. Some things you can't live without. And each person decides that on their own individual basis. But this is the core stuff that I have found over the years that really tends to help me have a good, comfortable night in the woods if I have to, unexplainably. And of course, my first aid kit, some gun cleaning stuff, all in this little pouch. A cotton bandana, some wool socks. You say, why the wool socks, Bill? It's the middle of summer, what are you doing with a wool sock? Well, if you've ever injured your foot and you've had your sock get bloody, the next day when you wake up, that blood tends to get pretty hard, and it can be miserable on your sock and foot. So having a clean pair of socks, especially wool socks, which can double as keep you warm, that's a great thing to have. So hey, until the next time I see you, this is Bill with Chacote Outdoor Recreation. Stay safe, stay warm, stay free. Take a look at your pack, and see what's important to you. I'd like you to maybe share some ideas with me on things you keep in your pack and why.